Today we're diving into some of the most unique upcoming cozy life sim and farming games. With so many out there in development, I've curated 15 titles that I thought would be worth your time watching. Let's check them out together. Fourleaf Fields is one of the more intriguing cozy farming sims currently in development, mainly because of its really charming twist on perspective and scale. In this world, you play as a tiny character in a giant, oversized environment, which means everyday farming tasks feel fresh and whimsical. Crops tower over you like trees, tools are oversized, and even simple tasks like watering or harvesting take on this playful, storybook-like vibe, but reimagined through this miniature and a giant world lens. As a player, you get these cozy harvest moon and early Stardew feelings, planting, watering, harvesting, but the scale makes it visually different from anything else in the genre right now. There's currently no announced release window, and the devs have been fairly quiet, but what little we've seen has been polished, consistent, and clearly aligned with their vision. It's the type of project that stays low-key in development but quietly builds a cult following among cozy gamers who crave something warm and imaginative. Sunkissed City is one of those cozy farming life sims that has been on a lot of people's radar, partly because of how ambitious it is and partly because of how many times the release window has shifted. It was originally aimed for 2024, then pushed to 2025, and is now sitting in an unknown development timeline. But what's kept players interested is how fresh the concept is. Instead of living in a quiet countryside farm, you're building a small, vibrant life inside a sunny coastal city, complete with rooftop gardens, mini urban farm plots, and community-focused daily routines. What makes Sunkissed City unique compared to other farming sims is how integrated farming is with the social and urban environment. You're not just tending crops, you're contributing to the city's ecosystem. Your produce connects to local shops, neighbors, cafes, and even city events, creating a loop where farming feels like a community service instead of just a personal homestead project. And instead of large farmland, you use creative urban spaces, alleyway planters, street-side plots, vertical gardens, and reclaimed areas turned into green pockets. It has this really warm, modern vibe that blends slice-of-life storytelling with satisfying farm management. Despite the long development cycle, the team has been actively refining the game's identity, polishing the art style, expanding customization options, and reworking systems so the gameplay feels meaningful without being overwhelming. The shift in release window suggests they're trying to get the pacing right, because a city-based farming sim is a tricky balance. But everything they've shown so far feels thoughtful and charming. Sunkissed City is shaping up to be one of the few cozy farming games that really leans into urban coziness and community connection. And although we're still waiting for a concrete release date, it continues to be one of the most promising slow life sims in development. Grave Seasons is one of the most unusual farming life sims currently in development because it blends cozy daily farm life with a light horror mystery twist. At its core, the game still gives you the familiar rhythm of tending crops, raising animals, socializing with villagers, and restoring a small rural town. But layered on top of that is a unique mechanic where in each new playthrough, one villager becomes a hidden serial killer. This isn't meant to make the game stressful, rather it gives the calm farming atmosphere a sense of intrigue where your everyday social interactions become part of a subtle investigation. What makes Grave Seasons stand out is how the mystery mechanics intertwine with the farming loop. You're not solving puzzles or chasing down clues. The game is designed so that simply living your farming life naturally reveals character behavior, patterns, and red flags. You'll notice who shows up at odd hours, who avoids certain places, and how the town's atmosphere subtly shifts as the story progresses. This creates replayability that most farming sims don't have because each new killer changes the social dynamic, friendships, and the unfolding narrative, while the farming stays comforting and familiar. Even though there's no official release window yet, the development team has continued sharing art, character designs, seasonal environments, and occasional gameplay updates. They've been transparent about wanting to make sure the balance feels right, cozy first, mysterious second, and from everything shown so far, the tone is exactly that. Warm pixel art, relaxing farming mechanics, and just enough suspense to make the town feel alive. Grave Seasons is shaping up to be a standout entry in the genre, especially for players who want a traditional farming sim but with a clever twist that keeps every season feeling fresh and unpredictable. Littlelands is a cozy farming life sim built around a handcrafted miniature world. The charm of this game comes from how small, dense, and characterful everything is. Each island, farm plot, and little creature feels like it belongs in a whimsical tabletop diorama. Farming is core to the experience, but instead of sprawling fields, you work with compact, thoughtfully designed areas where every crop, decoration, and resource feels meaningful. It's a game that prioritizes personality and atmosphere over scale, which is why so many cozy game fans have been watching its development closely. What makes Littlelands truly unique is how much exploration is tied into farming progression. You travel between tiny islands, each with its own micro-ecosystem, characters, and puzzles that gradually unlock new crops and crafting paths. Because the world is small by design, you notice details you might overlook in bigger sims. How NPCs move, how landscape evolve, and how each island has its own farming identity. It creates a sense of gentle adventure without ever losing that quiet, cozy feeling. The art style is soft, rounded, and storybook-like, which blends perfectly with the idea of discovering small secrets scattered throughout the world. The game is still in development with no confirmed release window, but the devs have been consistent in sharing sneak peeks and updates. Every new clip shows more polished animations, richer environments, and an expanding farming system that's intentionally simple yet deeply satisfying. Littlelands feels like a game designed for people who love the cozy genre but want something a bit more curated and charmingly compact. It's one of those titles that may look small on the surface but has an incredible amount of heart built into every corner. Everdream Village is a cozy village building and farming sim where the charm comes from the mixture of everyday farm work and a slightly magical, dreamlike setting. The game focuses heavily on rebuilding and revitalizing a small, sleepy town by gathering resources, crafting tools, restoring buildings, and forming relationships with the quirky residents. Farming plays a central role not just in producing crops, but in supporting the entire village economy. The more you grow and craft, the more the town flourishes. What sets Everdream Village apart is how integrated the crafting to village pipeline is. Your farming efforts unlock new recipes, which then enable new buildings or upgrades, and those upgrades open more farming tools and more advanced crops. It creates a satisfying loop where your village evolves visually and mechanically as your farm progresses. The world also incorporates gentle fantasy elements without leaning into full magic. Glowing plants, soft ethereal lighting, and whimsical wildfire give everything this dreamy, peaceful feel. With early access launching December 12, the developers have been transparent that they'll continue expanding the game for months after release. They've already shared roadmaps covering new crops, new villagers, more building options, and deeper seasonal systems. Everdream Village is shaping up to be a slow, cozy, deeply satisfying farm and rebuild sim that grows gradually with player feedback. If you love farming games with a gentle fantasy aesthetic and a strong sense of community building, this is one to jump into early. Wish Upon a Llama is one of the most cheerful, feel-good farming sims on the horizon, and it stands out immediately because of its charming llama companions. Instead of traditional farm animals simply producing resources, llamas act as a helper, companion, and even little partners in your farm's growth. The whole world is pastel, bright, and designed to radiate positivity, from the rounded environments to the expressive villagers and cozy, slow-paced routines. What makes this game unique is how much your farm revolves around caring for and bonding with your llamas. Each llama has different personality traits, abilities, and preferences, and they help with tasks like harvesting, carrying items, and interacting with special objects around your farm. Farming is intentionally simple, focusing on relaxation rather than optimization, and the town itself has a strong emphasis on community and small personal stories. You can almost think of it as a llama-themed comfort sim with farming as the backbone that ties everything together. The developers have shared consistent development updates leading up to its planned Q1 2026 release, showing improvements to animations, crop designs, weather effects, and llama behavior systems. It's clear the team is leaning into warmth, charm, and emotional connection rather than complexity. Wish Upon a Llama is shaping up to be one of those games you reach for when you want pure comfort, a colorful world, gentle farming mechanics, and the joy of building a little life surrounded by the cutest llamas imaginable. Pawsome Resort blends farming with running a cozy, animal-friendly vacation retreat, giving it a very distinct identity within the farming sim landscape. Instead of managing just crops and animals, you're also creating a relaxing resort environment where pets and visitors can unwind. Farming supports the resort economy. Crops become ingredients, decor, or crafted goods used to improve facilities and keep guests happy. It's a hybrid concept that mixes familiar farming rhythms with light management and design gameplay. One of the standout features is how customizable the resort is. You're free to design layouts, decorate outdoor spaces, and build new structures that match your personal style, all while farming and caring for the animals that visit. With early access expected in Q1 2026, the team has been actively refining its core systems and sharing development screenshots of farming upgrades, resort facilities, and animal care mechanics. The blend of farming and animal hospitality gives Pawsome Resort a unique identity that cozy game fans have already gravitated toward. If you love farming sims with a heavy focus on design freedom and adorable animals, this is one you'll want to follow closely as it gets closer to launch. Starsand Island is a tropical farming sim focused on relaxation, exploration, and bright summery vibes. Set on a warm island full of sandy beaches, lush greenery, and a colorful seasonal events, the game offers a cozy routine of growing crops, raising animals, crafting items, and slowly expanding your homestead. It's all about capturing that breezy island life feeling where every day feels like a soft, warm afternoon spent near the ocean. What makes Starsand Island stand out is its emphasis on a calmer, more nature-focused farming loop. The environment reacts to weather, seasons, and even in-game festivals, giving your farm a rhythm that changes organically over time. Instead of large-scale farming, the game encourages a more thoughtfully, carefully curated homestead. Characters you meet are friendly and expressive, with storylines that match the cozy, uplifting tone of the island setting. The game is slated for Q1 2026, and the team has been sharing consistent development updates showing new crops, expanded building options, enhanced lighting, and seasonal art improvements. Everything about Starsand Island is designed to feel peaceful, from the tropical soundtrack to the soft visual style. If you love farming sims that feel like a gentle escape into a warm island paradise, this will definitely be one to watch. My Heaven's Dale is a wholesome farming life sim with a beautiful painterly aesthetic and an emphasis on peaceful daily routines in a small countryside town. It takes inspiration from classic slow life games but presents it with a modern soft art style that feels warm and comforting. Farming, caring for animals, crafting, and forming relationships with townsfolk create a relaxing loop that encourages players to take their time and enjoy the seasonal atmosphere. What sets My Heaven's Dale apart is its very gentle tone and visual direction. The environments almost look hand-painted, with soft lighting and warm colors that shift through the seasons. Scheduled for July 2026, the developers have already shown a substantial amount of gameplay footage and been transparent about ongoing polish. particularly with animations, weather systems, and crop interactions. My Heaven's Dale looks like a comforting, heart-centered farming sim for players who want something slow, beautiful, and emotionally grounding. Witchbrook is one of the most anticipated cozy farming life sims in development, known for its stunning pixel art and the magical school twist that sets it apart. You play as a witch in training, attending classes, meeting villagers, participating in school life, and growing magical plants in your greenhouse. Farming isn't the entire focus, but it's deeply integrated into progression. Magical herbs, potion ingredients, and rare crops all play a role in crafting, classes, and the broader narrative. What makes Witchbrook unique is how it blends farming with a daily life schedule similar to classic wizard school stories. You attend lessons, build friendships, explore the town, and slowly grow your magical abilities. The greenhouse is one of the most charming aspects of the game. You cultivate spell plants, tend enchanted botanicals, and use them in brewing or completing class assignments. The world feels alive, cozy, and full of tiny details that encourage exploration. The release window has shifted to 2026, and updates have been careful and deliberate. The developers are known for taking their time with polish. Recent footage shows reworked character animations, improved lighting, seasonal effects, and expanded interiors. Witchbrook continues to be one of the most visually impressive and carefully crafted cozy sims in development, and fans of magical farming will absolutely want to keep this on their radar. Collector's Cove is a cozy high seas farming adventure where your entire homestead lives aboard your customizable boat. Instead of managing a traditional plot of land, you'll plant crops, grow flowers, and craft tools right on deck as you sail across a chain of uncharted islands. The core idea is that farming and exploration are inseparable. Every new island you discover offers unique materials, fish species, and rare plants that expand your collector's compendium. The guiding journal that tracks everything you can grow, catch, and catalog on your journey toward becoming a named collector. The sailing loop gives the game a gentle sense of adventure without ever breaking its cozy, low-pressure atmosphere. You'll navigate calm waters, anchor at tiny island biomes, and gather resources at your own pace. Fishing plays a major role too, with different species appearing depending on weather, time of day, and region. Meanwhile, your boat acts as a moving home base. You can decorate it, upgrade its size, and even customize your loyal animal companion who travels with you and gains small abilities as you bond with them. With its soft visuals, ocean-driven progression, and focus on discovery, Collector's Cove is shaping up to be one of the standout cozy titles to look forward to in 2026. The Hearth Harbour is an upcoming cozy life sim set in a vibrant coastal town where the focus is as much on community and relationships as it is on farming and crafting. Players will grow crops, fish along the docks, and craft goods to trade or gift to townsfolk, all while shaping their homestead into a reflection of their personality. What stands out is the attention to subtle daily life detail. Interactions with NPCs feel meaningful, and small gestures can unlock storylines or perks, creating a sense of genuine community immersion. The gameplay loop combines routine farm management with exploration of the surrounding harbor, beaches, and forests. Seasonal events, tides, and local festivals affect what you can grow or catch, adding variety without overwhelming the player. Crafting, cooking, and building systems are tied into progression, so improving your skills and homestead unlocks new tools, recipes, and opportunities for interaction. Although a release date hasn't been announced, previews and developer updates show the team emphasizing a living, breathing world with cozy aesthetics, attention to daily routines, and a focus on community and exploration. The Hearth Harbour promises a polished, relaxing experience for players who enjoy layered, immersive life sims. Super Zoo Story transforms cozy simulation into a vibrant zoo management experience, blending care for unique creatures with park design and visitor satisfaction. Each animal behaves differently, with individual needs and preferences, so feeding, enrichment, and habitat setup all require attention. The game leans into both creativity and management strategy, making the loop of daily care, habitat expansion, and visitor happiness deeply satisfying. The team has highlighted dynamic events and seasonal challenges as central to the gameplay. Rare animals, special decorations, and visitor requests encourage exploration within the zoo and experimentation with new layouts. NPC interactions and mini storylines provide narrative depth, making the park feel alive and rewarding players who pay attention to detail. Small systems like animal happiness, breeding mechanics, and habitat upgrades are designed to create long-term goals that feel achievable and cozy rather than stressful. Currently, Super Zoo's story is in active development, with the dev team sharing insights into new animal types, habitat mechanics, and seasonal systems. From what's been previewed, it balances vibrant, whimsical visuals with thoughtful simulation depth, making it appealing to fans of both life sims and light management games. It's shaping up to be a standout for players who enjoy layered, approachable systems within a bright, cozy setting. Loftia is a floating island farming life sim that emphasizes vertical exploration and layered homesteads. Players cultivate crops, raise animals, and expand their floating platforms across interconnected islands. The verticality and multi-level design make exploration as central as farming, with hidden resources, secret nooks, and small puzzles rewarding curiosity. While the gameplay loop is grounded in planting, crafting, and homestead improvement, the world design adds a whimsical, airy feel that differentiates it from traditional life sims. Early updates indicate the game will include interconnected systems, NPC relationships, platform upgrades, and resource management all tied together to create meaningful progression. Seasonal events, rare resource opportunities, and light exploration challenges keep each session varied, while crafting and decorating provide personalization for your floating farm. The devs are also emphasizing that explorations should feel rewarding without being punishing, keeping the pace gentle and cozy. Although a release window hasn't been announced, Loftia's previews highlight the devs' focus on polished visual design, soft music, and intuitive mechanics. Its combination of floating islands, layered farming, and gentle exploration suggests a cozy but adventurous experience that encourages players to take their time and discover the magic in each skybound corner. Chef RPG combines cozy life simulation with a culinary-focused adventure. Players manage a kitchen, source ingredients from surrounding farms and markets, and experiment with recipes to delight a variety of NPCs. Unlike typical farming sims, the game centers around interactive cooking minigames, ingredient combinations, and recipe experimentation, providing a satisfying loop of gathering, preparing, and serving dishes. The dev team has emphasized exploration and skill progression. Players will gradually improve their cooking tools, unlock new recipes, and participate in seasonal events and festivals that reward creativity. The townsfolk have unique preferences, meaning that cooking and serving meals require observation and strategy, adding depth into what might otherwise be a casual loop. Early access updates have already introduced new recipes, ingredient mechanics, and character interactions, showing the team's commitment to expanding content steadily. Since its early access release in September 2024, Chef RPG has been iterating on mechanics, world building, and character depth. The combination of charming visuals, thoughtful cooking systems, and a lively, interactive town makes it appealing for cozy gamers who enjoy methodical, rewarding progression. It's a game that balances creativity, routine, and exploration in a bright, welcoming world. And that's a look at some of the coziest upcoming and early access farming and life sim games you'll want to keep an eye on. Which of these worlds are you most excited to explore? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this cozy dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future cozy gaming updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next cozy video.